Hey guys, this is Abhishek from GadgetNews.com, and today we are going to do the quick unboxing and quick overview of Samsung Galaxy A3, which is a recently launched phone from Samsung, and we have got it now. We are going to unbox this phone, show you all package contents, and also I'm going to give you a quick review of this phone as well. And I'm saying quick review because I'm using this phone since morning. I have been using this phone for approximately 7 to 8 hours now, I would say, and I'm pretty happy with the overall performance so far. So let's take a look over the packaging. This is how the packaging look like, and one of the best thing about this device is the build quality, and you will love this phone for that. However, there are other compromises as well, which we will also tell you. So we will tell you about the good things as well as the bad things of the Samsung Galaxy A3 in this initial quick review, and then we will do the full review later on. So this is how the packaging look like. It is not the same premium style packaging which we have seen for some Samsung devices like Note 4 and Edge. It is a blue colored box as compared to a recycled box, a light brown color box for the Note 4 and some other devices. Taking a look over this side, we can see that the MRP which is mentioned on the box is 21,400 rupees, whereas this device is available as of now in the market for 20,000 rupees. You can go ahead and buy it from any Samsung dealer. You have the phone inside, a travel adapter, a stereo headset, a SIM ejection tool, and a data cable as well, and these are the things which you will get within the package. And then we have some other information. Let me just open this package and show you what we have inside. As you already can see it, I have removed this plastic and I've used this phone, and this is how the phone look like. We have the white variant of the Samsung Galaxy A3. However, this device also comes in other colors. One of the best thing about this device is the overall build quality. It feels rock solid. And again, something which is good about this device is the build quality. So build quality is very nice, and they have used metal on the edges, which does make this phone pretty special on this price point, because the kind of build quality you see on this phone is actually the same kind of build quality you will see on a premium high-end Samsung phone, which is the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. As you can see, it looks good, and on the edges as well, they have a white paint with a glossy finish to it, which actually shines, which actually looks good and premium. At the back, we have 8 megapixel camera with autofocus, and you can record high definition video at 180p. We have the loudspeaker on this side. The camera is slightly bulging out from the surface, which you may or may not like, but again, they have designed the phone in this way. This is the camera thing, which is definitely bulging out. They have actually maintained a very slim profile on this phone, which is approximately 6.9 millimeter of thickness, which does make this device very slim. And then we have the LED flash over there, Samsung branding. We have duos mentioned over there, that means it is a dual SIM phone. And on this side, we can see that we have the power and sleep key, which is a metallic button, gives you decent amount of feedback. I would say good amount of feedback. On this side, we have the volume rocker, which is also a metal button and also gives you good amount of feedback. At the bottom, you can see that we have micro USB port for data syncing and charging. We have a primary microphone as well on this device, again for voice calling, and we have the 3.5 audio jack located at the bottom. And if we try to locate a secondary microphone, there is a secondary microphone on the top, and again we do have the 3G and 3G antenna over there. Again, this device does not support 4G, as the model which they have launched is the one which support 3G only, but the Samsung Galaxy A5 does support 4G, that is LTE in India. And this is how this phone look like. On the front, we can see that we have the physical home button, which gives you very good amount of feedback. You have the touchcraft buttons, which do have battery LED, and they look very good. On the top, you have the nice metallic earpiece over there. We have proximity and ambient light sensors, and we do have a front camera, which is a 5 megapixel fixed focus camera. And this front camera can actually give you a very good selfies as well, even in low light, and we will show you that. Let's take a look over the UI, and before we take a look on this phone now, let's take a look over the packaging before we take a deeper look over the phone. So we have the quick start guide over there, which is for this device. So the model number or the device model which they have launched in India, the A3, is SM-A300H, and it is again, DS is actually for the dual SIM, and this one does not support 4G, so you will not have 4G connectivity on this one. You have the charger over there, which is a pretty good charger, and it will give you around 1 ampere of output current, so it is not the fast charger, but pretty good for a device like this. We have this cable, which is a micro USB cable, which can be used for data syncing and charging. Good quality. Again, as we have seen earlier as well, this is how the headphone look like. These are the same standard in-ear headphones which come within the package with the Samsung phones. And here we have the volume controls as well, which is a very good thing. Samsung actually provide these headphones with volume controls, whereas no other OEM actually these days does, especially with the budget phones. And we have a button over there to pick the call. So this one has a mic as well, so that you can use it for hands-free calling, and then you have some extra earbuds as well. Again, the sound quality from these headphones is going to be decent enough, if not too great, and this is how the audio lead looks like. So let me just keep all these packaging thing aside, and before we do that, let me just take a look over the SAR values. So we must be having the SAR values being mentioned over there on this device itself. I have seen the SAR values in some other phones. I'm not sure whether they have actually given that over here. Okay, do we have the SAR values mentioned? Okay, we do not see the SAR values till now. On this side, okay, I think we have the SAR values over there. So this is the SAR value for this device. The head SAR is 0.288 watt per kg, and you have the body worn SAR value, which is 0.553 watt per kg, and both of these values are again under the permissible limit. So we have the phone over there, and we have kept the packaging aside. Again, everything is out of the frame. This is how the phone looks like. Again, I have already told you that the phone is very good in terms of build quality, and in terms of design, it definitely feels like a very premium phone. This device, as compared to some other devices, if you are comparing it on the specs, you may find it slightly high in terms of the price, but they have given a very good build quality. And let's take a look over the software now. So this is how the lock screen look like. Again, it is running the TouchWiz UI. It is a slight light version of TouchWiz UI, which is running on top of Android on this device, which is responsive. I would say the UI is responsive, and I did not face any lag till now on this phone, which is a very good thing. And the phone also did not hang. Let's take a look over the notification center. This is how the notification center look like. As you can see, we have toggles over here for the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, screen rotation, and we do have support for automatic brightness as well, which will help you save a lot of battery on this phone. And again, the display is again AMOLED display, or Super AMOLED as per Samsung call it. It is one of the best display for this price, and you can see the display from almost any angle. There is no discoloration, there is no problem with the viewing angles on this phone. Let's take a look over the phone dialer. As you can see, this is how the phone dialer look like, and Samsung is one of those OEM who actually include a video call option in the phone dialer itself. So actually, you don't need to find this option under contacts or anywhere else. You have that on your disposal whenever you need it. We have the messaging application over there. This is how the messaging application look like. Again, it is a stock Android messaging application, and this is how the keyboard look like. The keyboard does not have swipe to type enabled. You can always enable it with the help of third-party keyboards. With the default Samsung keyboards which you will get on this device, you do not have swipe to type supported. Although I can type pretty easily on this device, which is not at all a issue, which is a very good thing. So typing experience is good, but again, it is not great because it is a 4.5-inch display. So 4.5-inch display is not too big, not too small. Considering Samsung has provided a very good build quality on this device, even then this device weighs very light. It is approximately 110 gram in terms of the weight. Thickness is 6.9 millimeter, which does make it very slim. So it is one of the slimmest, one of the lightest, a very good one-handed usage phone which you can use from Samsung. Let's take a look over the settings, and we will take a look over the version of Android and other details of this phone. So this is how the settings UI look like. Let's take a look over the version of Android. So we have Android KitKat on this one, which is 4.4.4, and as per the information which we have got, this phone will also get the Lollipop update, but when, we don't know. Let's take a look over the storage information. Under storage, you can find out that this device again has 16 GB internal storage, which is again a very good thing. For the price you are paying, you are getting a pretty good storage inside, which is again inbuilt, and the system, the OS itself is taking 4 GB, and available amount of storage is going to be approximately 11.43 GB, which you will get on this phone. So this is the available amount of storage out of 16 GB which you get, and again you do have SD card slot as well, and I think I forgot to show you that. So we have a nano SIM over there, nano SIM tray which can come out, and we have an SD card slot where you can actually insert another SIM as well in case you are not using the SD card. Now let's take a look over the current status of the RAM. Again, this device might have 1 GB of RAM, or it can have 1.5 GB of RAM as well, depending where you are buying it. So Indian version which they have released, the A3 actually has 1 GB of RAM, and I can show you as of now how much of that is actually available to the user. So we have the running processes over there, and I can see the status of the RAM. As you can see, approximately 1 GB of RAM is there on this device, out of which 542 MB of RAM is being used and 353 MB of RAM is free. And the device is fairly responsive, and I do not see any kind of UI issue on this device. You also have the option of saving power. You do have support for ultra power saving mode, in which you enable this ultra power saving mode and you will get much higher battery backup on this phone. For example, you will get approximately 3.9 days, approximately 4 days of battery backup on this phone once I enable the ultra power saving mode at 37% of battery. Which, taking a look over the settings, we do have support for easy mode as well on this device, just like some other high-end Android phones from Samsung. So under easy mode, the icons will become bigger and the screen will be much easier to read, especially for visually impaired people. This option can be very useful, especially also for the old age people. So we do have some other options over there which tells us whether we have support for tethering or not. So let me just go into Wi-Fi settings and find out, okay, we do have support for Wi-Fi hotspot and tethering, and you have support for USB tethering, and Bluetooth tethering is also supported. So all these things are there. Again, you also have a dual SIM manager as well, and you also have support for wireless display on this device. Screen mirroring is supported. Let's take a look over the hardware information which we have on this phone. As you can see, the model number of this device is SMA300H, and you can find that this model actually does not support 4G. You can check it at GSM Arena. We have Android 4.4.4 KitKat on this device, as we already told you. And as far as hardware goes, we have a Snapdragon 410 chipset inside, which is a quad core processor inside, which is clocked at 1.2 GHz. It is MSM 8216, which is the latest chipset from them. We have the Adreno 306 GPU on this device, and when it comes to sensors, we have good number of sensors, and also when it comes to resolution, we have a QHD display which is 540x960. And when we take a look over the sensor, we have proximity, light, acceleration, magnetic field sensor, orientation, screen orientation, and another orientation sensor. So we have a good list of sensors which can be used in day-to-day usage. And now we are going to load a website which is going to have a lot of images and test the browsing experience. So we are into the default browser which is there on this device. So it has loaded the website, and as you can see, this website actually has a lot of images. And if I scroll down, I can easily scroll down. There is no problem with that. And I cannot use pinch to zoom because this is the mobile mode of this website. So this is the mobile version. This one does not allow pinch to zoom, but pinch to zoom is supported on this phone. And as far as browsing is concerned, there is no problem at all. Now as you can see, we have got the AnTuTu score on this one, which is 20034, which is again a pretty decent score for a device like this. But when it comes to gaming, it may not be able to handle some high definition games, some, not all. So it can actually play some high definition games, but some of them will actually give you a lag, especially some games like Modern Combat 5 and you can say Asphalt 8. We will play those games later on, but as of now, what I can say is that I can play this Subway Surfer, which is a casual game, and you can see how does this game actually perform on. So here we have the Subway Surfer which is running on this phone, and as you can see, there is slight amount of graphic glitch which you can notice, not every time but sometimes during the graphics change and refresh. But overall this game is running pretty smoothly, there is no issue. And graphics are just fine. They are not bad, they are not great, but I would say they are just fine. So you can play a game like this, which is a casual game on this phone, pretty easily without any issues. So on Ninamark, this device has a score of 59.3 FPS, which is again a very good score. But when it comes to gaming, I would say it is not a very good gaming device. It can handle high definition games, but not all of them all the time. It will give you a slight amount of graphic glitch, but you can still play some high definition games on this phone, and we will show that later in our gaming review. As of now, let's take a look over the camera, on which we haven't taken a look till now. Now here we have the camera UI loaded up on the Samsung Galaxy A3. As you can see, this device has an 8 megapixel camera at the back, and it does have autofocus. And I can take a photo of my iPhone 6 over there. And And let me just take this photo again without light, without the artificial light, I would say. So we have taken both of these photos. You have to be very stable in order to take photos which are clear, otherwise you will see some amount of blurring. So this is the photo which is taken with light, or you can say with artificial light. It looks pretty good, I would say, in terms of clarity, in terms of color production, and details are very nicely captured on this phone as far as camera is concerned. And here we have the photo which has been taken without light. So this is a low light photo, and this photo also look very nice. So you can have a pretty good performance, although you will notice slight amount of grains when you take photos in low light from this phone, from the rear camera. Let me just show you the front camera now. So this is how the front camera look like. As you can see, again, it does have face detection. It has some beautification automatically activated, so it will make you look better maybe. And this is how the front camera look like. I would say the front camera has captured details pretty well, and it has given this photo which looks very nice. I would say it is not looking bad at all, and it has also applied certain amount of beautification. I don't know whether you can see that, but I can see that simply on the display. It has actually made me look slightly better, but still this is how the clarity will look like, in case you are wondering. As far as front camera goes, let's take a look at the resolution and some modes. Camera modes does allow you to take photos in HDR, so you do have support for HDR mode. And again, we have some camera settings over there. You can record a high definition video from the front camera even at 1080p. I'm not sure about the frames per second, we will confirm that later. We do have the option of recording 720 and 1080p video from the front camera. And let me just toggle to the rear camera. And now let's take a look over the settings again. So we have the settings over there. Yeah, so the resolution at which you can record video from the rear camera is again 1080p and 720p. So both of the cameras at the front and the rear can record high definition video. So now we are playing a YouTube video from my channel, and this is a high definition video which is being played on this phone. And let me check the resolution. So the resolution at which it is getting played is 360p, not 720p. So high definition videos can play on this phone, but not at the same resolution at which they have been recorded. This is how the display look like. As you can see, the display looks very good. You can see the display from almost any angle. And let me just increase the volume now. Now talking about the sound, the loudspeaker at the back is fairly loud. However, in terms of quality of sound, it is not that great. I have heard on some other Samsung phones, some premium Samsung phone again, which are not at this price point. So this might be a compromise. But again, the loudspeaker is actually on the surface of the phone, and there is a slight camera bulge which I have already told you about, which will make sure that even if you place the device flat on surface, the sound will not get blocked completely. So sound will not get blocked completely because of this camera bulge, which will make sure that the loudspeaker is not blocked when you place it on a surface. So that's all from us as far as the quick unboxing, quick review, or a quick overview you may like to call it. This is all we have which we wanted to say about this phone. As far as the price goes, this device is definitely kind of high. You may find a Samsung Galaxy Grand 2 better device than this, because that one has a bigger display, but this device has the kind of build quality which you won't see on a Grand 2 or any other Samsung phone in this price segment. And it is also very light and very portable to use with one hand. So this is one of the best optimized display to be used with one hand, which is the case. And this device again has a very good build quality, a slim profile, and a lightweight as well. And these are the things for which you may like to buy this phone. Talking about the price is kind of high as of now, but as per the initial response, if Samsung do not see these phones selling, they will basically drop the price within the next 2 months. So you can wait for the next 2 months in case this phone looks good to you, and you can buy it maybe after 2 months from now for a low price than 20,000 rupees as well. So that's all from us. Do let us know if you have any specific question for the Samsung Galaxy A3. And we are also going to post another video on Samsung Galaxy A5, which we have also got, and we will compare both of these two phones together as well in terms of specification and other things. So that's all from us. Do let us know if you have any specific question for this phone. You can like the video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. In case you have any questions, you can leave your questions in the comment section below, Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.